Hi, welcome back to Real Auto Reports. I'm Jonathan McGrew, and today we have the Real Video Edition where we go in depth on the cars that we're testing. And today with us is the 2013 Nissan Altima. This is the 3.5 SL, so it's going to be the top of the range, and we're going to give you a lot of details, so stay tuned. Hi, welcome back. So here we are today in the 2013 Nissan Altima 3.5 SL. Now this 3.5 SL represents the top of the line in the new redesigned Nissan Altima. And we're going to give you all the details that you need to know about this car to get the real review and the real in-depth report on it. So let's check it out. So one of the things about the Altima is that it's one of those cars that seems to leapfrog its cousin, the Maxima, every so many years. And that is definitely the case with the new redesigned 2013 Altima. This Altima is a great design. It really represents a step up for the Altima model and the brand of the Altima. The Altimas in recent past have been larger than they were when they were originally announced in the 90s, but also they still were on the lower end, even when you really optioned them out. So what we've noticed about 2013 is that this car can really play in the entry-level luxury segment, especially in this top-of-the-line 3.5 SL package. This has the navigation and all of the conveniences that you would expect to find in a well-equipped car. Now, some of those conveniences, as I mentioned, are the navigation. You've got a heated steering wheel, heated front seats, but with the two level heated seats, so a low and a high. You've got paddle shifters in the Altima with the sport mode. Now, you don't have a Tiptronic down in the gear shift, but for the type of car it is, we'll forgive it that. Now, the other thing that you have in this car is the 3.5 liter V6. This is the optional higher end engine that allows you to have much more power and still get decent economy. What you're going to see out of this is a combined 25 miles per gallon with 22 in the city and 31 out on the freeway. Now that's really impressive. The other, some other features that you're going to find in this car is the dual climate control, moonroof, power moonroof that you can open and get the air in and the wind through your hair. So sunroof, moonroof, however you want to call it. It has cruise control, steering wheel controls, Bluetooth. I mean, very well equipped car. Now, some of the things that you might miss in this car, as I said, entry level luxury. So I'm really not thinking that this car is going to compete with, say, a Hyundai Genesis. This really isn't where this car's strong suit's going to be. The Altima is going to be, especially given its normal clientele, you can get this in a 4-cylinder, which is the base 2.5 motor, all the way up to this 3.5 that really, when you put your foot down, really goes with the CVT. The thing is that you're going to miss like memory seats. It does not have the memory seat capability. And in fact, this particular model, even being the SL, only has the driver power seat with the power lumbar. The passenger seat is still manual. The other thing you're not going to find that you might find on the bigger brother to this car, or the cousin, the Maxima, is the rear seat controls are not there. So in the Maxima, when you fold down the rear armrest, you're going to find your cup holders and you're going to find the radio, climate control, and all that. Slightly different market, slightly different expectation. However, in this Altima, you will find the Bose audio system and a lot of the neat attention to detail that we saw in the redesign of the Maxima in 2009. So the console here and on the dash, you've got some nice silver accents. The console has this what looks to be a mesh metal look, which is really nice. So they're not going the wood route. It really is more of a modern flair to this car. But you do get the leather seating in this optional SL trim line, and we really like it. It is a well-designed, well-put-together car. So let's talk a little bit about price. price is really the bad news when you're looking at a new car, right? Because you're like, oh gosh, I really want all those options he just talked about, but oh my God, it's going to be a $40,000 car. Well, that would be true if you were looking at the Maxima. The 2009 redesign for the Maxima, yeah, you would have, and even today for 2013, you would be looking at the top of the line Maxima being just under $40,000, and who knows, if you were really exuberant, you probably with dealer options could get it over $40K. So that's equivalent to your four-door Jeep Rubicon with a lot of the navigation, leather, and hardtop and all that. So not cheap cars. However, the Altima in this package, as we're testing it, is actually $32,100 and some change. So, you can expect that you'd be right about $33,000 when you finally walk out the door with this car, maybe a little over. And look at what you get. You get all of the automatic lights, navigation, power seat on the driver's side, intelligent key. This car does have the intelligent key, and something that the 2009 Maxima that I personally used to own didn't have, that is a real crime in somewhere as cold as Colorado, this new model has auto start with the intelligent key. You couldn't get that in the older Maximas when they first came out with the intelligent key. You had to pick or choose a real key with auto start or intelligent key without it. So now you get the best of both worlds in the Altima. $32,000, almost $33,000 probably when you walk out the door. $32,100 and some change as tested. Pretty incredible. Now, there's always a couple gripes that we have. We're cruising through a parking lot right now, and one of the things that is funny about this Altima is that we noticed it first when we first put it in reverse. It does have the rear backup camera with the navigation. However, there's a slight interesting thing about it, and it may just be this model, so you'll have to check it out on your own when you test drive one. But when you go to put this car in reverse, the rear camera, unlike other Nissans we have driven, seems very fisheyed, and really actually, given the size of the screen in the Altima, which is a little bit smaller, or at least seems a little bit smaller than the Nissan Maxima, we found that the rear camera is very hard to use, and you can kind of see when you put it in reverse, it's got this weird haze around the top edges, very fisheyed, and the lines, just the perspective is odd. So that's one gripe that we have about this car. The other one is that with the intelligent key, if you have your key in your pocket, you throw your jacket in the trunk and you shut the trunk lid, you will not be able to reopen the trunk, and the key will be in your jacket in the trunk. So hopefully you haven't locked the doors, because it probably won't let you, but you'll have to use the trunk release in the car to reopen the trunk. It's just a little bit annoying. It probably won't cause you to lock the keys out of your car, but it's just one of those things where you're like, and you can't get into your trunk because it won't let you, so you have to go around to the inside. Other than that, it's a really well put together car, and we applaud Nissan for really taking the time to redesign it, give customers and consumers something really competitive in the market to compare against the competition, and maybe take home a new car. We touched a little bit on the economy. I just have to say that driving this car around for the last week, it is pretty impressive that I basically could have pushed this thing to 400 miles on a single tank. And that's combined driving. I was getting right about what the EPA would expect, right about that 25 miles combined. And that included highway driving, in-town driving, trips to the mall. It is the holiday time of season as we record this. And what I have to say is that this car really is comfortable. You can put 4 people in it. 5 is a bit of a stretch, but you can do it in a pinch. It's got great trunk room, so you can take it to the airport, you can take it to the mall. And overall, Nissan has done an excellent job at redesigning this 2013 car. The body is beautiful, and it has a lot of great attention to detail on the outside. Now, let's talk just real quickly about the driving aspect of it. This is not going to be as sporty as your Maxima, but it is also not going to be as kind of subdued as the old Altimas, especially in the 3.5 now. The 2.5, which is the majority of the Altimas you would see back in the previous generation, and that was because the 3.5 was very hard to get. It was not a high production run. We're told that Nissan has really stepped up the Altima production and that the 3.5 will really be pushed more so that people who want this power and luxury feel can get it in the car that they choose to get it in, and that may be this Altima. Now, it's not going to be as sporty. It does have paddle shifters, but don't let that fool you. This car is not tuned to be a four-door sports car like the Maxima is. However, it is still very pleasant to drive, very good road holding. The center feel of the wheel is nice. In fact, it's probably less twitchy than what people used to complain about the Maxima in. And overall, for an in-town four-door sedan that could be used for business, family, or even vacation, this car is going to give you great value. It's got great looks, and I think you're really going to enjoy driving it if you're in the market for one. So that's the real video review of the 2013 Nissan Altima 3.5 SL. Just remember, with this car, you can get a 2.5, that will be your four-cylinder. This is the 3.5 liter V6, so you're going to get a lot more power and be a lot closer to the performance level of the big brother to this car, the Nissan Maxima. And this Altima is really going to make you wonder, do I need a Maxima? Or is this new redesigned Altima really going to fit your lifestyle and give you everything you need? And dependent on whether you want economy and just a car to get you around town with you and your family, or some real good luxury features like featured in this new Altima, it's going to just be a personal preference. So we really like this car. We applaud Nissan for a really beautiful design, and we hope you'll come back to Real Auto Reports and visit us for the rest of our videos for the 2013 season. This is just the start of the 2013 models we'll be testing, and we'll see you down the road.